guys, welcome back to the Yarnquisitions Knitting Podcast. I'm Victoria, or Sulin. Just call me Sulin because it's the name of the channel. And that's my Chinese name, just so y'all are updated, I guess. And I have quite a bit of finished objects because it's been like over a month since the last time I filmed and uploaded, because I couldn't film in the month of March, because I just didn't have the alone time to do it, or couldn't time it right. So yeah, and I've been working on a testknit, and I've been having castonitis, so I have like a ton of new whips that I did not plan on starting like in the past week, basically. So yeah. But yeah, I casted them on anyways because I could not resist. Like, how can you resist when you have the yarn? And I have so much yarn still, and it's kind of crazy, like, because I bulk buy yarn, and I've been really good about not buying yarn since basically December, because I bought patterns in December, but I didn't buy yarn in December. So it's been December, January, February, March. So 4 full months I didn't buy any yarn. But I did buy patterns in December and last week, so this month, April. And my computer is here, that's why I've been looking over here, because it has the date on there and the time. So yeah, it's 2 p.m. And sorry, there's like a bit of noise. And so I'll get started with the finished objects, or FOs. So this is my first one. It's the kuutar pullover, and I did the same mistake that I did with another, was it like in the round yoke project, which is the willow genser in the Sandnes daphne booklet. So yeah, I made this part like way too long, but I did it according to pattern. But it's kind of nice because it doesn't like absorb any sweat when it's that huge. But like at the same time, if I lift up my arm, this whole section like goes up when I wear it. So, and I have been wearing it, and I've been stretching it because I don't want to wash it, and I got a little bit of tomato paste on it, so I should wash it. But I mean, to be honest, mohair kind of stinks. It's like this weird, like, smells like burnt fiber, but nothing is burnt. So it's kind of weird. At least that's what mohair smells like to me when it's wet and drying. And because it's not hot, it's gonna take forever to dry. So I've been like not wanting to wash anything. Oh, and I used, wait, let me get it so I don't have to remember when I have it here. Okay, so I use the Yarnquisitions finita yarn. It's like a fingering weight, but online I saw that it says sport, but it's more of a fingering than a sport, especially because the meterage is a sport weight. And it's not that fluffy, so it's a fingering weight to me. And I'm using the Lavender Fiber Company Nimbus Soft Silk Mohair. Yeah, it's just a mohair, and it's variegated, but you could barely see the variegation. You could see it way better on the sleeves in person, but on the body and the yoke and the lace part, you can't really see it because it's so subtle. So yeah, but yeah, the sleeves, you can definitely see it way more pronounced. But yeah. But yeah, I'm really satisfied with the kuutar lace pattern part, but when I wear it, it doesn't sit the way that it sits on Sari Nordland, who is the designer for this pullover. So I don't know, still like mixed feelings, but I kind of wear it like a turtleneck because it goes up like this side, like it covers my whole neck basically when I wear it. But yeah, it looks nice with my corduroy beige pants. And I didn't close up the armholes because, you know, ain't nobody gonna see that anyways when I wear it. Okay. And next finished object. Oh, and I only used like a quarter or less of the third ball. So that's like, I don't know, 900 meters. So yeah, it doesn't take that much. So, and because the cardigan takes the same amount of meterage, I have enough of this left over to make the kuutar cardigan. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna make with the remaining white. And yeah, I think I mentioned last episode that I'm just gonna use my leftover mohair to pair with this. And I'm not ready to do that, honestly. It's such a daunting task to use leftover mohair and like do it the Larka Bagar way, or Larka Bayer? I don't know how to pronounce her name because the G's are silent in her name. So, or in her last name is silent. So I don't know how to say it. But yeah, I'm not ready for that. So that's been put on the back burner, the kuutar cardigan. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee because I forgot about it. And I've been making my coffee with all the tips and tricks that James Hoffman, the like very famous barista, like all of his tips and tricks for pour over coffee. And I've been doing that, and my coffee has never tasted better, honestly. But I only drink it with milk because I can't actually drink it without milk because it's too acidic. I don't like acidic coffee for some reason. So yeah. Right, next FO is also by Sari Nordland. Yeah, and I finished this Billie pullover. And I was kind of like, does this green even look good on me? Because I've been recently, like this year, is the year of personal color for me. And, you know, it's super hyped right now. But like, personal color is kind of just a suggestion. It's not really like guidelines to live by. It's just a suggestion for like which colors look the best on you and which colors look the worst. You can still wear the worst colors, but it's better as like an accent color or like a bag or something not close to your face. Like maybe or like close to your skin. So if you wear it like, if the color is like here, like on your arm, or like in the middle of your shirt, it's like, who cares? But if it's right next to your neck or next to your skin, that's when the worst color can make your skin tone look like too pale or too dirty or too yellow or too pink, you know? Or basically not desirable outcomes when you wear certain colors. But okay, so my rant on personal color is over, and that's why I was like, I don't know if this green looks good on me, but it does look good. But I just realized that white does not look good next to my skin tone, so that's kind of like, I mean, that's fine because I don't have a lot of white clothes anyways, and like, thank God, because I ruin white clothes like continuously, so that's why I don't have a lot of white clothes too, because I'd have to throw them out because I like dirtied it, and the stain won't come out. So yeah, but it is a little short on the body, but I was kind of like okay with that, because I was gonna wear it with the beige corduroy pants that I mentioned earlier, and yeah, that shit looks so good with this green color sweater, and it is quite tight fitting, but I mean, I don't mind it because it makes me look neat, and that's like my aesthetic. It's like sharp, casual, neat. But people think my style is like too done up or something, but it's really not. It's just because I used to wear like dresses daily, but and like, I mean, I do wear dress pants daily, but like, you know, that's neither here nor there, whatever. But yeah, this is such a like good pattern, but the honeycomb was kind of annoying to do, and the repeat, it's hard to keep track of, to be honest. I can only keep track of the repeat because this cable is the easiest cable to see, I guess, to like count the stitches. So I have to, so every like row repeat, I would have to use my stitch markers, my handy dandy stitch markers, all the way down, so that I know where row 1 is and know where to start the next row 1. So yeah, but it's kind of nice because they all repeat at the same time, except this one, which is like every other repeat. But you can tell, you can just skip it when it's too tight or something, and then you'll know when to repeat it the next time you do these cables, basically. So yeah, that's super easy. And I love this raglan detail. It's much bigger than I thought it would be. And yeah, and those the sleeves, yeah, they took a long time too. And I had to take a break because it's just like not really that friendly for tribal knitting, because I always forget the cable needle. Well, I don't actually have a cable needle. I just use my other interchangeable needles as a cable needle. So like that size or a size smaller. I think for the body I used the short interchangeable needle as a cable needle, or just to hold my stitches. And then for the sleeve, I used a size down. What did I use for this? I think I used a 4mm cable. No, I should check. My computer's right here. Yeah, I swear it was 4mm. Hang on a second. Sorry, Norland. Billie pullover. Okay. Needles. 4mm. It's because I like finished it last month. Okay, so please bear with me. It's hard to remember these things. So 4mm on the body and 3.5mm for the ribbing, just because I want a straight cuff, and also 3.5 on the ribbing here. Is it 3.5? Oh no, it's 4.5 for the main. Okay. So oh god. That was totally wrong. So it's 4.5 for the main body, and then 4mm for the, what do you call it? The ribbing. For the here and here. I was contemplating to do the purl row so that it folds better, but I decided against it because I don't like how puffy it makes the edge for some reason. Like I don't know, it just makes it puffy, or puffier than if it's like this, because this you can actually just press it flat and it's fine. But yeah, definitely when you make the billie pullover, before you attach the ribbing, it looks like way too large, but then once you attach the ribbing for the neck, it like cinches like a lot more than I thought, but it still stretches quite well. So yeah, I'm really satisfied with this. And I did accidentally do the sleeves too short because I think I just did it according to the pattern, and I didn't wear it. I just did everything according to pattern, which is like so unlike me. But yeah, it's just been too cold to like change all the time. Just didn't want to. But yeah, so basically for the length, it's like one cuff too long or too short. It's one cuff too short. So basically I would have to move all this ribbing and just repeat more. It's like, this is where the end of the ribbing is where the ribbing should start. I think that's how long I need to make both the sleeves. So thankfully I still have like a ton of leftover yarn. Let's see. Yeah, I basically keep all my ongoing projects / leftover yarn from recent projects in this bookcase, so my cats don't get into it when I'm not looking. So this is what was left over of the, how many balls of this was it? 4, I think. 4 balls of yarn. Is that right? Let's see how many. 940 meters. Oh no, that's yards. 860. So that's like 4, right? 5 is the 5th one. I don't know. Yeah, it should be the 5th one. No, it should be the 4th one. So I guess I used less than what was stated in the thing, in the pattern. But yeah, I'll definitely have to use more for sure. Because I think this is enough for the sleeves. But I still have 2 more. Dusty Artichoke. Did I say the color? Because this is Knitting for Olive, Dusty Artichoke in their soft silk mohair. By Knitting for Olive, did I say that? I can't tell. And then this is the Pearl Soho knitting yarn, which is a merino wool from like the Falkland Islands. Don't know where that is. Don't ask me. And this is in the color Blue Willow. It's a DK weight yarn. And the pattern for the billie pullover calls for a worsted weight yarn, so that's why I paired it with the mohair, so it would become worsted weight. And don't at me about if it's like Aran weight. It's not Aran, because the soft silk mohair is just that like thin, like it doesn't really fill out that much to be an Aran weight yarn. At least this combo isn't. So yeah. Oh, and this is like 100 grams for 200 meters. So that's might suggest that it's a worsted weight yarn, but it's definitely DK. So yeah, especially because it doesn't match the gauge by itself for the billie pullover. So yeah, I mean, I know that's supposed to open up more once I wash it, because I haven't washed it, for reasons I've previously said. So yeah, I'm just so not into it right now. So yeah, when I'm gonna redo the sleeves, I don't know, because I've been saying that I want to redo other sweaters, other projects, but I just haven't gotten to it because I'm more excited about my new projects. I don't want to spend more time on them rather than redoing old projects, because once I redo old project, it doesn't feel like I have a new finished object. It just feels like I'm reworking. I mean, I am reworking older projects, but it doesn't give me that same satisfaction of like a finished object for some reason. And it goes to and it goes the same for any other art project I have. Like when I was in school, university, studying studio art, and I would like tweak older older paintings and things like that. Like it felt like there's like a weight on me. Maybe it's because I put pressure on myself to like make something perfect, but I mean, art's just never gonna be perfect, right? And I like the Islamic way of thinking, in that perfection is only for God or something. Like I really need to put that in like my brain, you know, because it like brings that kind of like pressure off me in a sense, even though like I don't believe in God, you know, but I just need that perspective in my brain so I don't like go fucking crazy, you know, because I did before and it's like no good. I get like you know, depressed because it's like not what I wanted, and it's like, you know, you get disappointed in yourself, and that's not good if you want to make good art. So yeah, I love this. Honestly, I could just wear it as is because I do wear it with something underneath, even though I don't have to, because this yarn is that soft. Like, it is, like, this merino is not like the softest merino, but it's next to skin soft, so yeah. So I'm like, I can wear it next to skin. But yeah, if I fix the sleeves, then I can like always wear it next to skin, and I don't have to be like, oh, my wrists are cold, you know. Okay. And I totally forgot to say that I'm wearing the Jolie genser in the Mikta Dama booklet by Sandnes Garn. Yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm wearing a black undershirt right now, so it looks super neat. But yeah, you can't really see the color on the yoke because it's the ballerina color and the cherry blossom color. But the colors you can see the most is the poppy color by itself, or the poppy color with the cherry blossom. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with this, but it's super big. Like, if you follow the instructions in the booklet, like to the T, like this is what it's gonna look like, and it's like really fucking big. And I think I doubled the collar or something because it was like, I felt like it was too tiny, or maybe I just lengthened it by like 1 or 2 centimeters, or I think 1 centimeter, because I didn't like how tiny it is. So yeah. But yeah, it is a double folded collar. But oh, and I think I said it last time, but I did do the tubular cast on for the body and the sleeves, because you work this bottom up, which is not my favorite way to work sweaters, but yeah, I just follow. It's kind of long too. Yeah, it's just weird when I wear like high-waisted pants, but I only have 2, so it's like whatever, who cares. So yeah. And what's the next thing I started? Okay, those are my finished objects. Oh. And oh, whoops, forgot to get something out. I'm gonna keep slamming that, so just so you know. So I finally finished my kaisla socks, and as you can see, this is what I added to the sock. It's the cuff, because I needed this edge to be tighter, but it was so loose. It was just gonna keep falling down, and I freaking hate that on any sock. Okay, like my pet peeve of socks. So yeah, and I'm really satisfied with how it looks. And I chose the stockinette because it's tighter than a rib cuff. So yeah, that's why I chose stockinette. And I tried to use as much yarn as possible, so that's why it's like so huge. I think, how long is this? It's like 4 centimeters. So I basically did 4 centimeters, did a purl edge, or I purled 1 row, and then I did another 4 centimeters, and then I knitted it down on the inside for both, and I still have so much left over. Like, I cannot get rid of this. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but yeah, I still have this much left over, which is probably like good for for another cuff, like a folded cuff, the heel, and probably also the toe. Like this shit goes a long way. So, but I don't have another like sock that needs an accent color or whatever, or color work, or I don't know. But it's not enough for color work on a sweater unless it's like a small section. So I don't have anything like that right now. But yeah, it looks so good. And now I can finally wash and wear it. But yeah. Okay, I gotta put some stuff back because my desk is way too crowded. But I love displaying it like here because it's so satisfying to see. Okay, and gotta take some out, put stuff back in. Do I need the other stuff? But yeah, I don't know what to do with so much of this mohair because it's not enough to make, it's like it's too much to make a beanie. It's not enough to make a sweater or cardigan or whatever. I don't know. Let's see. Put that there. Okay. And now I'm moving on to whips. Moving on. So this is my testknit. I applied for it in mid-February, no, early February, mid-February, I don't know. It's been a while. And I didn't start it until like early March. And I haven't worked on it for like a week, but this is my progress for Friday Knits, the Daphne button dress. I think that's what it's called. I've basically done everything except the straps and buttons. Those are the two things I have left. The due date is in like 14 days. So like 2 weeks. So, and for the buttons, I was thinking of making like a knot, you know, like the Chinese frogs that they put on chipaos and like cheongsams and stuff like that. I was thinking of doing that, but I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a simple, just like a loop and a knot, like a loop on one side and a knot on the other side, and just like call it a day. I hope that's tight enough. But yeah, I haven't worn it or tried it on. I know it can fit around, but because I like put them together like this, I like don't want to take it off. So that's a problem. And yeah, so one of the changes I made is I folded the hem instead of doing the arc-cord, and I made the dress much shorter because the dress is supposed to be past your knees, but I need it to be above my knees because I'm short as fuck. Okay, I'm 5'3". I cannot have this shit past my knees, because it'll make me like look like more of a midge than already am. So that's no bueno. And I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Hope you guys have a drink and are working on stuff. If you're not, just take this as a sign to work on something. So yeah, I thought I would do a like a pearl edge here, like do a section pearl and then do the other section, but no, I was like, it's too long already. I need to stop right here. And knit it up, knit it down, I don't know. Basically fold and knit this to the edge. And it was pretty difficult because I didn't want it to be crooked or whatever. So it's really hard to knit it to the edges on each side because that stitch is on the, I don't know, it's like the selvage edge, but it's like the selvage edge is so tight, it's hard to see where that bump is on the back, you know? It's hard to describe it without like showing you what exactly I mean. So just take my word for it. It's really hard to see it. But yeah, I really do like the back though. Oh, and I'm using Knitting for Olive Pure Silk in the color Wheat. Like it's like this beigey color. I don't know why, but it looked more yellow online and last year when I bought it. But yeah, it's definitely a beige, which is like, you know, not bad, it's whatever. And this is like where I think the straps will go, but I don't know where it goes on the back. So once I figure that out, I think we're gonna be good, and then we can do the I-cord for the straps. That's probably the next thing I'll do because the buttons I'm still procrastinating on, of course. But it looks good so far, like the silhouette, the silhouette just looks good. Looks perfect. I was so surprised to get into the testknit because all the other times that I applied for a testknit, it's just like, oh, I'm probably not gonna get it. I thought I wouldn't get it this time too, but I guess it's fine. I mean, I guess she just decided to pick me randomly or something. So yeah, and I have it in the petiteknit, what's it called? Knit a string bag in the plaid, checkered, no, it's plaid, colorway. And I think you can still get this, unless it's sold out, but I think you can still get this one on petiteknit's website. Yeah, so that's a testknit for, I think her name is Phoebe, and she runs the Friday Knits account on YouTube and Instagram. And I've been slowly working on the June top as well. I fucked up here for like when I was reattaching the yarn for the, what's it called, this Judy cast on, or Judy's Magic cast on. So now there's like this huge like ripple here, but I'm just hoping that it would come out or lay better when I wash it. So I'm like crossing my fingers on that. And I don't really mind that there's like this hole here because this is like where your arm sits. So it's like, who cares? Because nobody will see it, and I probably won't see it because I'm wearing it. So there's that. And and it's on 2.5 millimeters, and this pattern also calls for 2mm needles, and I still haven't bought it, okay, because I know that this body, I still have like 7 centimeters to go, so that's a long time. And I got pretty far because I was working on this when I was procrastinating on other projects, like the Daphne button dress, and there's like what do you call it, like a blackout. Like, we have so much blackouts in this area, especially because of the wind, the high winds that we've been getting and the stormy weather, so that kind of sucks. But this area is just really old, so what can you do? Like, nothing. So yeah, because like none of the electrical wires are buried, like none of them, so they're all like exposed to the wind and susceptible to like any storm or high winds. And we get high winds here all the time, okay? Like, it's kind of crazy. And I'm telling you this is because when there's high winds and there's no electricity and it's during the day and not at night, I would work on this also. I mean, I did work on it at night with like a camping light, but that made me so sleepy. So yeah, and I don't recommend that. It made me so sleepy. I had to take a nap. But yeah, I'm still on the second ball, so I imagine I won't need another ball of yarn. So, and that's like, so 2 balls is 500 meters of the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. And I'm using a lot of Knitting for Olive Pure Silk because I bought it in bulk. Like 3 colors, I bought 6 balls of each color so that I can make a dress, or a top and a short set for summer. So yeah. So for the blue color, I definitely will have enough for a short set and this. I'm planning to what's it called? Self-draft the shorts. So don't know how long that will take because I'll have to finish the June top first. And hopefully I'll be done by the time May ends. So June is when summer starts for Bay Area, basically. Unless you live in San Francisco, then it like never starts. It's probably like August will be the hottest day or hottest month in San Francisco itself. But if you're in the Bay Area, starts June and lasts until September or early October some years. So yeah. Or I think sometimes late October even, which is like really rare, but it sometimes happens, especially lately because of global warming and stuff. So yeah, 2 whips so far. Okay, this is my 3rd one, and I started this after finishing the kaisla sock, and I'm on the heel flap right now, and this is the stone pattern in the 52 weeks of socks. Let me show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Looks pretty good, right? I really like it. Because I think this is my like favorite pattern after the kaisla sock, basically, in this book. And even though this colorway does not reflect that the vibe of this pattern, I mean, it still looks good, to be honest. So let's see, and I'm using the Lavender Fabric Company's Dreamy sock it's the Dreamy sock base in the color vintage something. Let me see. I have the band right here. Vintage Florals. To be honest, I should have got one of the other colorways. I think it's Rose Garden. I should have got Rose Garden because I think this colorway is way too subtle for me. Don't get me wrong, it's cute and I do like the colors, but it's, yeah, the variegation is too subtle. Like I would have loved this as a like sweater, but I didn't buy sweater quantity, obviously, because it's just expensive. So yeah. And the variegated colors are like a pale yellow, a warm yellow, a pale warm pink, and a green. I mean, it could also just be like the natural color of the yarn and not a yellow, like the natural cream color. But yeah, I really like this pattern, but I didn't realize that because you have to slip so many stitches consecutively, it made the sock much tighter. But thankfully I could still fit it over my foot. It's just kind of a stretch. But yeah, I definitely could have gone up a needle size just for the pattern part, not for the cuff. For the cuff, I would still use a 2.5 millimeter, but for this pattern, I would go up to 3. If you want a looser sock, but if you want a super tight fitted sock, then stay with the 2.5. Yeah. And it has less stitches than the kaisla sock. So that's why I thought it would be okay. I mean, it is, but it's a little like too tight. Like I have to like jam my foot in it. But thankfully this base is really stretchy, like really stretchy. So I'm thankful for that. So it could cover up my mistakes. But yeah, I did have to unravel like quite a bit because I messed up early on. So there's 1 or 2 zigzags that is continuous, and I noticed that it wasn't continuous, and that's why I had to rip back like 2 repeats. But yeah, I'm on the heel flap now, and it's quite different than the other heel flaps that I've done in the book because it alternates the slip stitches instead of like putting all the slip stitches in one row, or in one column. So, but it alternates columns here. And I don't know if it's because my tension is all wonky or something, but it's the pattern really isn't coming out as well as I thought it would. But it comes out the best like in the middle for some reason. Like, don't ask me why, I don't know. But yeah. haven't been working on this since I started this other whip. Okay. Which is... Oh, did I say who this is by? It's by Tatiana Kulikova. And if you've seen my Instagram, I already posted about it. And this is my new whip. It's the agnete cardigan by petiteknit. And I really, really thought I would never, ever work on this cardigan. I really thought. But I guess I'm a sucker for brioche and a good KAL, because as soon as I saw, because I'm late to the game, like a month and a half, maybe 2 months late to this KAL or knit along. Yeah, I'm 2 months late, but I'm almost done with the back yoke, and it's so satisfying to work on this because everything is worked seamlessly, and that's like my favorite thing to do for knitting. Is everything is seamless. There's no what do you call it? Well, so far there's no seaming to do, like sewing. And I love that. Like, that is like the best, my best time. Like, I have the best time knitting, doing seamless stuff. Even if the techniques are a little like unconventional or a little weird, like, I don't care. I will do those techniques, okay? I'll go out of my way to do those techniques to have the finished, my desired, what do you call it? Experience making? Or no. I don't know. It's just something about seamless knitting gets me. It just gets me, okay? But yeah. So I'm using Pearl Soho tussock sock, or not sock. There's 60% superfine kid mohair and 40% silk. This is like the highest silk content to mohair that I've ever bought or had. So yeah. And I have 5 of these, and that's why I can make this cardigan, because I always overbuy mohair so that I have enough for any project. Because I'd rather have too much than too little. Yarn chicken is not my favorite. And I'm using, what's this again? JC Rennie's supersoft in their strawberry sherbet colorway. And at the time didn't have it in supersoft cashmere, so I just went with this regular supersoft, and it's like, you know, not bad. It doesn't smell as toxic or oily as the blue one that I worked on before, or worked with before. It's this one. It's the, what's it called? It's the supersoft in, what's this called? Powder blue. So, and it's much greener than I thought. But in person, it looks really blue. But when you put it against something bluer, then it looks more green, more aqua looking. So it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. It's like, are my eyes deceiving me? Like, yeah. Maybe I can test it right now, because, oh, this is the color ice blue. Did I say that? Like, fuck, I don't know. Because when you put it right next to something that's more blue, this looks like grayish and more like turquoisey, more green than the other blue. So I don't know. I don't mind the gray factor, but the green and like I just don't want so much green in my blues, you know? This stupid nose is running so much. It's so annoying. Okay. And I just keep this cone in this petiteknit Get Your Knit Together bag because it fits, miraculously fits. Okay, this is the 500-gram cone, but I took off a little bit of it so I can swatch with it. Where is my swatch? Oh, here it goes. So I swatched this little thing and I put it on my Instagram so you can look at it or whatever. So yeah, so I used it, the little small ball I had for this and another swatch. But once I break the yarn for this, I'm just gonna wind up some more so I can work on a different project, or so I could start another project that I also swatched for. Okay, so I used this strawberry sherbet with the Pro Soho knitting yarn, which is a merino, in the color Piglet Pink. And Piglet Pink is much darker than I thought it would be. So I paired it with the lighter color pink, the strawberry sherbet. And it does look a tad bit lighter, but it has more marling, which is, you know, it's kind of nice. And the original pattern that I swatched this for also has marling, but it has more marling than this does because it used a lighter colored mohair with a darker colored, or is it the other way around? I could just check. I have the pattern book. It's in the Sandnes DIY pattern book, and this is, I think, the 2019 one. No, it's a 2021 DIY, because they have one that came out either late last year or this year, early this year. That one, chef's kiss. I really want that Malou blouse and what's it called? The Malou dress, or the cajole, but it's not pronounced cajole because the J's are silent. So it's like a, is it silent? I don't fucking know. But it's the Malou dress. And I want to make those two things in that DIY booklet that came out this year or last year or whatever. I don't know. And I want it so bad, but like I can't justify getting it because you'd have to buy at least 4 balls of sandnes yarn, and I just cannot bring myself to do that, even though I'm looking at Nora Modar. Okay, I just but I can't buy yarn. I'm just trying not to buy yarn, okay? But I need to buy yarn for a gift knit that I offered because it's a wedding gift. So you lose some, you win some, you lose some. Okay, I just can't. Just fucking, because shipping is also like so expensive. It's like 15 euros. It's the Kelly sweater with the slit. So they used a white purgant and in the colorway acorn and tussock mohair, which is a brown or beige color mohair. So they used a darker mohair and a white base color. So it's like a DK weight with the mohair. So this is DK weight and this is 4-ply, but I kind of use it like a lace-ish. So yeah. And I'm just hoping that it would bloom a little bit or fill out a little bit after washing this, if I ever wash it. Like, I don't know. It's like, this one is the perfect, or the egg, I know it's not pronounced agnete, but I think it's agnete cardigan, because they dropped the G. It's a silent G. And yeah, it's just like the perfect spring cardigan, honestly, because it's so thin. So yeah. I mean, technically spring has begun, but it still feels like winter because we don't really have that transition period here in Bay Area, because our winter is spring everywhere else in the world, basically, or places that have 4 seasons. So yeah, which is pretty funny. But yeah, this is what it looks like. So nice. And I've been meaning to work this super simple sweater like for forever, ever since I got this, basically. So last year. Yeah, I love the collar. Like, it's big and it doesn't touch your neck, so it's perfect. And then like the slit is like really good for like letting air flow through, and it's like a huge sweater, so it's also really nice for like hiking or like being outside in general, because when the sun is like shining on you but it's like kind of cold still, like that's perfect garment for that, which is like all the time here. So yeah, I would get so much use out of this. So that's why I'm making it. And it's super simple. It's like, what's it called? It's half twisted rib, so it's super nice. Oh, unless it is fully twisted rib. Like, I don't know. I forgot. I haven't really read the pattern. Or have, but then like I like forget it immediately because I haven't worked on it, obviously. Oh, and that reminds me, like, maybe I shouldn't have. I just did regular rib. I should have done the twisted rib. Oh well. I mean, I could always just undo this and then re-knit it. But yeah. I finally can work on the Kelly genser. Did I say what it was? I don't know. Let me put it back. So yeah, those are like my whips. That's like 4 whips, right? And then a soon-to-be-wip. Maybe, yeah. And did I say that each skein is 25 grams? I don't know. That's why I have 5, okay? Because it's like 300 meters per skein instead of like the 200. So yeah, that's why I bought 5 instead of 6. Because normally you would need 6. I'm gonna put this back in the get your knit together. Oh yeah, and this is the petiteknit knit a string bag. Yes, I buy a lot of petiteknit, but like, how can you not? Her stuff is like so good, and it's like classy. So like, why not? Oh, I gotta put this back. Is there anything else? I feel like this episode is super long because I keep ranting about random shit. I think that's it. And I'll save whatever I didn't include to the description box below. And if you haven't checked the previous episode for the description box, it's there now. It's there since like the end of March. because I've delayed that like a whole month, editing my description box. So yeah, it's there now. Yeah, and hope you guys had a fun time knitting or whatever you're working on. And I've decided to put knitting in the title again because I realized that made my videos undiscoverable. So yeah, shorter titles now. And for all the people that said that the audio is fucked, it's not. So just up your volume, I guess, on like your headphones, earphones, audio stuff on your phone. If you're like projecting it on your TV, make sure that it's full volume on your computer and the TV, you know, or whatever. I can't control that because when I play it on my computer and I have earphones or headphones on, it sounds completely fine. So I don't know. It's on your end. Okay, see ya. I hope you guys had a good day or will have a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next episode, whether that be a podcast or a work with me episode. Okay, see ya.